gonna do the story time about me meeting Chris Brown. Anyways, so I don't know what that was, but sorry, disgusting. So I do want to say that it is September and I met him in July. So forgive me. I just gotta make sure I got all the details because, you know, first of all, it felt like an outer body experience. And second of all, I've had a lot of stuff happen since July. I done been to Jamaica, I've been to Chicago for work. It's been a lot going on since July. So, first of all, there was a lot of talk on Beyonce's internet about the price, and it was $1,000. And I did pay it because I did feel like it was worth it. So I'm gonna insert it was actually a little bit more than $1,000, not a lot, but I'm gonna insert what I paid right here. You had to buy the meet and greet, and then you couldn't just like buy the meet and greet without having a concert ticket. The good thing about that is though, Chris Brown does amphitheaters, so you could have just bought like a $50 lawn seat and then your $1,000 meet and greet, and then that was fine. Me personally, the weather is unpredictable, especially in the summer. I didn't want no lawn seat. I didn't have a lawn seat. I had a pretty close seat, which you probably saw. If you didn't watch my last video of the actual concert, then go watch the part 1 and you'll see all the clips from the concert. So I paid for me, my cousin, and my little brother's ticket to go see Chris Brown, and my best friend also came along. Their tickets was a little bit further back than mine because I had already paid $1,000 for the meet and greet. Also, my mom gave me $300 towards that $1,000 for my birthday. Shout out to moms, period. She didn't give it to me until August though, because my birthday's in August, but still. So anyways, day of the concert, I was in Italy at the beginning of July. I was in Italy and Greece. And then the week that Chris Brown was supposed to be in Atlanta, which is where I usually go to concerts because that's where I'm from, I was in Jamaica. So when I went to buy the meet and greet package, I tried to buy the show in Houston first, but it sold out too quickly. I wasn't able to buy it, and it sold out within like 3 minutes, guys. So I bought the ticket in Virginia Beach, the meet and greet in Virginia Beach. So then I bought our concert tickets for Virginia Beach. So I live in South Carolina, so me and my brother had to drive up to Virginia Beach for the concert. I still had braids in my hair. I was finishing taking down my braids. I washed my hair, blow dried it, combed it out. My friend did my hair and makeup, but we were like in the process of getting dressed, and I had to be at the concert hall an hour before the show to check in, because if you didn't check in for the meet and greet, then you couldn't do it. I don't know why, but you couldn't. So I was just like, oh well, I got a ponytail in and my scarf on. I'm gonna just I already took a shower. I'm gonna just throw the sundress on real quick and go check in and come back, because the concert hall was like 10-15 minutes from where we were staying. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, it was a little unorganized. Because why, when I got up there, the check-in lady who told us that we couldn't be late or we wouldn't be able to meet them was late. So I'm sitting out there, y'all, with Adidas slides on, a sundress, and a scarf. And I was like, the girls were still saying, the other girls who were doing the meet and greet was like, oh, you still look nice. And I was like, girl, if you think I look nice right now, I'm gonna definitely look nice later. But no, I would never meet Chris Brown with a scarf on. I know you didn't think that. So I was sitting out there for at least 30-40 minutes. Then I picked up some wings for everybody so that we wouldn't have to buy food at the concert hall. So by the time I got back home, on the plus side, my best friend was ready and dressed. So all she had to do was finish my makeup, and then I just threw on my outfit and we left. Concert was great. Again, if you didn't see the concert clips, go look at the last video and check it out. But the meet and greet was after the concert, which I hated because you were in an amphitheater, so it's like hot outside. It's like, dang, we gonna be all hot and sweaty trying to meet Chris Brown. So after the show, they told us to meet at a certain place for the meet and greet. And then it seems like everybody that I asked, where's the place, they sent me somewhere different. At one point, the people had sent me in the back of the concert hall, y'all, and I was out there with all the tour buses. And I'm just walking, like I'm literally looking at Chris Brown's tour bus. And there's nobody back there with me, no security, no nothing. But finally, somebody looked and was like, hey, what are you doing back here? And I was like, I don't know. I showed them my meet and greet pass. I was like, I came from the meet and greet and nobody seems to know where it is. And he was like, so they just sent you back here? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, come with me. So he brings me back out like, girl, you cannot be back here. And I said, I should have just walked on his tour bus and been like, hey, they sent me back here. But you know, I probably would have got some folks in trouble for doing that. But I paid to be there. But anyways, so finally I found the rest of the group and we were waiting for hours. Like hours. I'm not even exaggerating, y'all. We were waiting for hours. Like the concert was over by 11 and I don't think that we met Chris Brown until like 1 a.m. And you could tell that he probably went to like freshen up, like take a shower. Knowing him, he probably smoked a blunt, all that. But I was just like, baby, this was too much for you to be taking this long. But there was only 10 of us. And they went quick because, well, I'll just tell you about my experience and I assume he did the same thing with everybody. First of all, I bought him a painting, just, you know, because I thought that would be nice, a token of appreciation. I bought it from somebody in my city who painted it for me, and then I gave it to him as a gift. So I'm going to insert the painting that I bought him here. Because I bought the painting, I wanted to go last because I knew I had a present for him. So I got all the way in the back of the line. And y'all, I think this is why it felt like an outer body experience, because I was psyching myself out like, girl, don't be nervous. You got this. Don't be nervous. So I wasn't nervous when I met him, but it just felt like, I wasn't there. Like, did this happen? Because it doesn't feel like I was there. Feels like I was somewhere else. Girl, so anyways, I go in there. First of all, before we went in there, his workers were like, don't touch him unless he touches you. Don't kiss him on the face. You can't pull your phone out. If you pull your phone out, we will end your session right away. So I was like, okay. So when we went in there, I had my little swag bag that they gave us, which I'm gonna show y'all the swag bag later. But when I went in there, I was just like, I pulled the painting out of the bag and I was like, hey, I got this for you. And I was like, hey, how are you? And he's like, I'm good, how you doing? So I was like, I got this for you. So I handed it to him. So he held it like this. It was so funny. He held it and he was just like face down looking at it. And Chris Brown was like 6'2", by the way, y'all, and I'm 5'4". So he was looking down at it. And I could see his eyes moving, like looking at the detail of it. And he was like, oh, this is hard. I like this. And I was just like, I like you. Jesus. So anyways, he was like, I'm gonna have to hang this up. So I told him, the person who painted it for me provided the frame, which I feel like was a little flimsy, but you know, you can get you a different frame. Sorry. He was like, oh yeah, for sure. No, for real, I can get it. So he sat it down on the table. And he was like, well, give me a hug. And I was just like, well, actually, I was like, I can hug you because they said don't hug you or don't touch you. And he was like, he kind of like laughed a little bit, like, no, you can hug me, you can hug me. So I hugged him. And it was like, I understood the song. I understood. Baby, let me wrap you in my warm embrace. Because, anyways, sorry. But we are hugging. why. But maybe because he's taller, but his arms were over and mine were under. So it was like a couple people was like, how does he smell? And I was like, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. Anyways, so we were like, then when we came out of the hug, we were still like holding each other. And I guess looking back on it, I didn't let him go because he didn't let me go, but maybe he did let me go because I didn't let him go. I think probably it's because I remember him saying, do you want your picture to be like this? And I was just like, yes, I want it to look like we're in love. And he was like, okay, we can do that. Can you take it like this? To the cameraman. And then we kind of turned and looked like we were in love. So like I said, looking back on it, maybe he didn't let me go because I didn't let him go, which is slightly embarrassing, but I don't care because I didn't want to let him go. So then when we took our picture, he looked at the picture and he was like, does it look nice? And the guy was like, I like it. And he showed it to Chris and he was like, oh yeah, that's nice. He didn't show it to me, but he was like, yeah, that's nice. Okay. So he sat down at the table and he like grabbed a little picture of himself that he signed for me. And so he was like, who should I make this out to? And I was like, you can make it out to Ty. And so he was like, he said Ty, and I was like, Ty, like T-Y. Which, by the way, guys, you're going to learn what my name is, my first name, and why I don't like it. But he was like, what is Ty short for? And I was like, something stupid. And then he laughed like, what? And I was like, yes, short for something stupid. And he was like, okay, can you tell me what the something stupid is? And I was like, I really don't want to tell you because I really don't like my name, but I mean, if you must know, I could tell you. So he was like, yeah, tell me. So I was like, it's Tyler. And so his auntie was there and she was like, there's nothing wrong with that name. Why don't you like that name? And I was like, it's a guy's name. And he was like, well, would you have preferred like something a little bit more unisex, like Tony? Or I was like, yeah, if it was like Tony, or like, I said I would have even took like Ryan. I said, but I think, or no, he said, would you rather have been like Tony or like Casey? Because you know guys can be named Casey and girls too. So I was like, yeah, I wouldn't have mind Tony. I would have even took Ryan. But I just feel like Tyler, I don't know any other girls named Tyler. And I was like, I always tell my mama, if they page me to the front of Walmart, it'll be me and 5 other white guys. And he started laughing again. He was like, well, that's true. And then I was like, if me and you were to get married, they would think you were gay. Which, no offense, but they would assume that it's 2 guys because it's a guy's name. And so he said, well, that's true. I can see why you feel that way. And he was like, I really don't like my name either. So I was just like, your name is like your stage name. So if you don't like it, why didn't you like make your stage name something else? And he was like, well, I don't mind the Chris or the Brown. It's the Maurice that I don't like. And it was just like, I don't know, in that moment, I was like, I'm really meeting Christopher Maurice Brown. Like, that's really, he just said, I don't like Maurice. I was like, oh my God. Anyways, so I was like, I said, but I think it flows. Like, Christopher Maurice Brown, it flows. And he was like, I sound like a conquistador or something like that. Like Maurice. And I was like, okay, I can see that. I can see that. So I was like, well, you can make it out to Ty. I hate that name, but you know, whatever. But the reason why I told him to make it out to Ty instead of Miller is because they had to email you your tickets after the fact. And of course my tickets were in my name, which is Tyler. So he was like, so what was your favorite part of the show? And I was like, when the sun went down and it wasn't so hot. So he's like, yeah. And I was like, I've been to see you at least, this is either the 5th or 6th time. And you always do amphitheaters. Why? And he was like, Well, you know, over here on this side of the world, they don't really have a lot of concert halls. And I was like, really? So he was like, yeah, like, you know, I would rather do like an arena, but over here they tend to have a lot of amphitheaters or coliseums, and I don't really want to do a coliseum. So if I had to choose between the two, I would rather do an amphitheater. And I was like, that's crazy, because I never thought about that or considered it. And I've wondered for years why you always do amphitheaters. So that makes so much sense to me. And so he was like, yeah, that's the reason. He was like, that should be killing me too, because I've been living in LA for a long time, and the humidity over here be taking my ass out. I ain't gonna lie. It's super hot over here. I said, yeah, the humidity. I told him I live in South Carolina, and the humidity there is like Florida, so it's always really hot and humid there. So he was like, yeah, I don't know how y'all do it every day. My camera died, but let me finish. So I think I was saying that he was telling me about the amphitheater, so that he would rather do the amphitheater versus the coliseums, but he do be hot. And I was telling him that it's hot in my city too. So then I was like, well, I'm just playing. My favorite part of the show was when you perform my favorite song. So he was like, well, what is it? I was like, my favorite song off the new album is that song, the taste. Can I get a taste? And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I didn't think that would be your favorite or your favorite part. So I was like, well, why not? And he was like, oh, because that's just like a party song. And I said, I saw you say that. I saw the interview where you were talking about the reason behind that song, but I really like it. I said, that's my favorite song off the album so far. So I was like, so at this point, he was finished signing the paper, and he walked up and he was in front of me. So when he walked up in front of me, I was just like, it kind of like paused me for a second. Like, I was like, oh my God, he's close to me again. But I was like, well, what did you think my favorite part would be? And he was like, I thought you would have liked the game. So the concert is kind of over with now. He's done touring, so you guys probably saw that he had like the songs up on the top of the screen, and then you got to choose which song he performs. So me personally, I like the game. However, I've been going to see Chris Brown for years, so it's just like, I don't want to choose which of my favorite songs you sing. I want you to sing all of them. But at this point, he has so many songs and so many albums that the game seems very appropriate. Like, let me just sing what y'all want me to sing versus all of this, and then y'all be here all day and all night because I got all these songs. So I get it, but I was kind of like at one point, the choices were, I think, I Could Transform You, Your Man Ain't Me, and She Ain't You, and the crowd chose She Ain't You. And we all was like, who chose She Ain't You over Your Man Ain't Me? Like, what is y'all doing? Is y'all really Chris Brown fans? Because how did y'all just do that? So anyways, I was like, oh, well, you know what? Now that you mentioned it, I did like the game. I think you should keep that. And he was just like, oh, I should keep that? And I was like, yeah, you should keep that. And he was like, okay, I will. And so he was like, well, I'm really glad that you came, and I'm really glad that you enjoyed yourself. I'm glad I got to meet you. Can you like give me another hug before you leave? I was like, so I gave him another hug, and we came apart again. And he was like, I really, really appreciate you. And I was like, I appreciate you too. This was great. I really appreciate the whole thing. And I hope you have a good night and a good tour. And he was like, thank you, you have a good night too. And then I left. And it seemed like I said, like it went so fast. And then it was crazy because like, I think I went to like the second show. So when I started seeing all the other pictures pop up online, I was like, oh. I mean, he did ask me, how do you want to take your picture? But I think I was so mesmerized. And I also didn't want to disrespect him. So I didn't want to be like, oh, I want to bend over and you act. So I didn't think to do that. So for you ladies that did, Period, sis. Because them pictures was everything. But my picture was cute too. And it was some people commenting on my pictures talking about we look good together. And I was like, girl, tell me that. I'm a little too thick for his liking. Like, based off the girls I've seen him with, I think I'm a little too thick for his liking. But if anytime he want to try, we could try. But anyways, that's my story time meeting Chris Brown. You probably realized that I said my camera died because I'm finally using my camera instead of my phone. And hopefully it goes well. Still working on the editing thing, but I have a $700 camera that I need to start using. Also, for those of you that are usually here for my VSG and tummy tuck and upper body lift videos, I will be having a VSG 10 frequently asked questions video that I'm putting out next week. So this is for this Sunday, and then I'll put that out next Sunday, and then I actually have a tummy tuck and upper body lift update coming out the week after that. So for all my surgery girls, I'm gonna have some more content for you. It just was a little wild summer, you know, where I was traveling, and y'all kind of seem like y'all don't really watch my travel videos, but please watch them. They will be better soon because I am going to be using my camera and I am going to be editing. But watch them. Watch them. I'll be lit. This summer I went to Italy. I went to Greece. I went to Jamaica. I was in Chicago for work. I was in Atlanta a couple times. For Halloween, I'm going to New Orleans. Period. Watch my travel videos. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And again, I'm Miller the Wanderlust. Thank you for clicking on the video. The meet and greet bag was just like this pink bag. Came with a cup. There's my pass and this smoking rolling tray, which I don't even smoke, so that's hilarious. But there's the picture that he signed. Period. And stay tuned. I'm gonna show y'all the picture.